Hello, this is Judy, and this video is for the Stamp of the Month free layout kit that I send to anyone who orders it from me or gets it for free if you're a VIP. So the spiel is, this is a Stamp of the Month. It's only available for 1 month. This is for September, and you can buy it for $18.95. You can get it for $5 with a $50 order on my website, or if you're a VIP with a $50 order, you get it for free. So if you do that from my website, I send you a free card kit or free layout kit or whatever I have going on that month. So this month is a layout, and I showed this before in another video, but this is the layout I made and got this idea from. Okay, so it has these word tags here from the stamp set. Some of them are not from this September Stamp of the Month, but you know, you can use whatever you want when you recreate it. So what I'm going to do is send you all the pieces of paper you need to make this, with the glitter paper included, and you will need to provide the base page because it just would cost too much to send a 12 by 12, you know, that is. You can use any color base page you want, and the photo mats. Okay, so everything else you will get, and you just lay it out however you like it, and you'll probably get enough to make 2 pages because I put a lot of pieces of paper in there. It's great to use with your scraps, right? Oh, just love it. And I actually did this with rainbow colors, but you could do it with any colors. You could do it with pattern paper. I stamped a bunch of them using the stamp set. And where is it? Here it is. Oh, I didn't use this stamp set. I used the other stamp set, the one with the crafty lady. But I added, you could use any stamp set you have, okay? I added some stamps to these, what do you want to say it? Just the plain cardstock. I just added some tone-on-tone stamping and made it look really nice, okay? And I did add some shimmer brush underneath here just to add a little more color and splatter and interest. And then I did add a black wiggly line border around the outside of it to frame it in. Popped up some on the foam adhesive, and it was done. So, oh, don't you love this? This is the Harbor glitter paper. I just love this. I could have this. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Looks like a nighttime sky. But anyways, this is like the paper I have left over from making these. So I have a lot more. And you will receive a baggie full of strips. And I need to cut some white paper and put that in here. There is some that you can cut out. And what I did was I stamped it with one of these, drew my line around it with my black pen, and then cut it out. I trimmed it out, okay? So that is what I did. So I'll be back in a moment with it laid out. Okay, I took everything out of one of the bags, and they're all different. Okay, all the bags are different what they have. So these are all the pieces of paper that are in here. Now, some might be embossed, some might be folded, some might be this, some might be that. So, you know, run with it. Don't fret about what it is. Just go ahead and lay it out because it looks great afterwards. And these are all like 3 to 4 inches. So I cut them in half because 4 inches was too big. So go ahead and cut them in half. That way, if you want to do the rainbow like I did, all you do is you cut one in half and put them opposite. Okay. So you're going to go, you know, here, and then you're going to work your way around. So I'll show you. And you don't have to be careful about how you cut it. There's that Harbor. And you'll have to move them as you go. And there's another one that's the same. If you don't want to use 2 the same, then just take it away. Save it for the other side. And you can put any color next to any color that you want. Give you a wide variety. So as you can see, a lot of these are the plain ones that you can stamp, okay? This is not, you might even get some other paper that maybe not close to my heart that was in my stash. Just add a little variety. Get it used up. Let's see, that's the same. And then remember, you can use the other side, right? Our cardstock is double-sided. So let's say this one, see? So I could use both of these. Like this. And some of it may not be double-sided. I think, yeah, that one's a different. I don't know if I have another one of that one though, so I'll have to use it up here. But this is a different one. Oh, that's the same as that one. Even I get confused. Okay, that's the lighter side. Okay, so you get the gist, so I'll be back with it laid out. All right, I've got just about everything cut out in halves, and this is what I've got left. So I see I need to add some more glitter paper to the kit, so you'll get more. And that will be enough for another page, you know, so you can do a companion page if you would like. And you may get some skinny ones, you may get some fat ones. It just depends on what is in there. Okay, so now I will go ahead and I'm actually going to, I should have used my shimmer brush first, right? Because now everything is laid out. So I'm going to get a different piece of white daisy. And I'm going to get my shimmer brush. And I think I'm going to use the raspberry this time because of the, I don't have the wild berry one yet. It's not available yet. I got to check the website. It might be on there today. Okay, I got out my craft sheet and got my raspberry. It's all shook up. Don't open it over your project. This one is really, really pretty. There's a lot of ink already on the... I'm going to get in the corners because the wreath or circular portion is going to be all around the outside. So that's plenty. How pretty is that? And yeah, you might not be able to see it, but it's so nice in real life. So that is done. Now, in between that last segment and this segment, I reorganized all my paper strips. So I need to go ahead and lay them all out again. So I'll be right back. So this is what I've come to. And I found a picture and I like it because I've got the green and the yellow is predominant in this. I should have used a different shimmer brush for this photo, but I didn't know which one I was using until now. But that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm gonna start adhering them down, and what I will do is I'll use my liquid adhesive. And for the other one that I did, I actually drew a circle around it, so I will probably do that. I looked for my circle template and I couldn't find it. So this is what I used. It's a little turntable for the kitchen. So I'm just going to move everything. Oh, some of these had its adhesive on them, so they're a little stuck. Move everything out. So if you're following along with this video, sorry. Yeah, I'll have it in the directions that go with the kit, so that you know to draw your circle before you put your pieces down. And let's see if I can find a pencil. So here's my pencil. And you'll cover up the whole pencil line with your pieces of paper, so I don't have to worry about erasing it. So I'm going to just pick one and put some glue down, and I'm going to stay away from the edge of my border here. And then I'll take the corresponding one and put it here. All right, so that's what you do all the way around. And I'll be back and I'll take snippets as I progress, because you don't need to watch me do all this. Really, honestly, you don't want to watch me do it all. Before I go much further, I wanted to stamp some of the pieces of plain cardstock. So I pulled out my embroidered borders stamp set, and I'm going to do tone on tone stamping. And it's easier to do it before you glue them down, because, you know, it just is. So find a border stamp set you may have if you want to do this as well, and then just use a corresponding color of ink to stamp on your pieces of paper. It just adds a little texture, dimension, interest, all that good stuff. You could also ink the edges of your pieces of paper. You can dovetail them. You can rip them, you know, to give it more texture. You can curl them. You know, there's just a multitude of things you can do to spruce up your layout. And I would love, 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 love to see what you create. So please share if you get this kit. Thank you. I've stamped a bunch of these, and I really love this wild berry color. Oh my goodness. So this was a packaging card with polka dots that were multicolor. So I cut that up to use. You won't get any of that stuff. If you want to add some of your pattern paper to your kit, if you have paper scraps you want to add to coincide with whatever photo you're going to use, please do. That's a really good thing to do. So what I'm going to do now is just continue on now that I have things stamped. I did this with red, those with the Sundance, I did some green, and I did wild berry. And I think I did some blue. I did some blue leaves. So that's where I am right now. So I will continue to glue on and do little updates as I go. I do want to note, when you're getting around to this side, you want to have shorter pieces and not go over the edge. That way when you do your doodle lines, if you do your doodle lines, that is, you will have room still to draw them. So I just had to cut this one off, is what made me think of it. And I put a dovetail in that one just to add a little something different. So, and when you get to a point like this, you might want to just turn it so that you can then start again, where, you know, I find it easier to work this way. So I just thought I'd mention that. I'm done, and this piece is really bothering me. It's too big or something. So some of the word strips are going to be covering those. And that's a good way to fix any of them that you may not like. So the next thing I'm going to do is stamp my thankful. So you can do grateful, which I did on the other layout, or you can do, you know, anything you really want to do. But the whole purpose of this is to use that stamp set that you got for the stamp of the month. And this is a really good one for cards too, right? I love the sentiment stamps for thank you cards, because I use them a lot, as a lot of you know, because you get them. So I'm going to stamp this, and let me take a look. I think I'm going to do it in black, and I'm going to use our archival black. If I were going to use my Tri-Bone markers or alcohol markers, I would use the Intense, but I'm not, so I'm going to use this one that gives you a nice black crisp image. The Intense black is good too, as long as your pad is inky. make sure. I'm going to have to do a practice one. I don't want to ruin my piece of paper. Not like I don't have 500 pieces of white paper, but I'm going to get some of that tackiness going on my stamp. Like stamps have like a coating on them from the manufacturing process, or anything you might see on there where the ink isn't covering well. It's always good to test your stamps. And that's why it's so nice to be able to see through them. All right, that looks good. Press hard, press in the middle. Now, another tip, I don't know if you've seen some of the other videos I do, but if it sticks to your stamp, keep it there. Flip it over, hold it steady, and rub it. That way, if there was anything that wasn't perfect, you just made it good. Oh, I got a little dot there. That's okay. If you have something like that using a black ink, just use a marker to cover it up. And the ink will stain your stamps. It's okay. It just means that you are using them. Nothing's wrong with them. And this chamois just has water on it. So put it back on your carrier sheet. And then I'm going to cut this out. Yeah, I think I'll trim it, and then I will stamp some of the sentiments on the white paper, and I'll be back. Okay, I just wanted to show you, I did mat this on yellow, and I dovetailed both ends. Now remember, I showed you that little dot there, right there. You see it on the U. You just take a black marker and color it in. If my black marker works. So then you don't even know it's like that, okay? So that's how you fix that. Now, on these little pieces, I went ahead and stamped them all and trimmed them, and then I did my squiggly line around them. So how I do that, I'm going to try and do this holding it, hope it's okay, is you're going to go, maybe not, let's see. You're going to go do a mountain or a hill and a valley. And then you're going to do a valley and a hill. Okay. Let's see. This is my phone stand. And then you're going to go a hill, a valley, a hill, a valley, a hill. So it'll be a valley, a hill, a valley, a hill, a valley. All right. And you do that all the way around. And I hope I've got this on there. I hope it's not blurry. I'm not used to doing it like this, but I wanted to get really close up so you could see it. Okay, so that one's done. Now I do want to mention on some of them, whoops, let's see if I can find one. Like here where the descender was, I skipped that. It just gives it a little character, I think, to make it look like it has that. Now that was a line on the stamp, so I just went up to it and stopped. Let's see any other ones. Oh, there's a descender I skipped. Okay, so that's the same kind of thing. The I am had a top and a bottom line. I added the side line. So, you know, make it work for you. So now I'm going to do the squiggly line on the layout. I don't know how close I'll be able to get. So we'll see. So you're going to start in the corner and do your hill, valley, hill, valley, hill. Now I'm not going to skip here where that longer piece is. Hill, valley, hill, valley, hill, valley. And you can make them really close or really big. You don't have to always have a line in between. You know, you just make it organic. It just adds more character that way. I could have continued on, but I just chose not to. No particular reason, just that's the way I did it. And when I go into the corner, I just meet up with one of the lines and use my pen to continue on with the other one. And you see I'm dragging my hand. And holding the marker straight. That way it, I don't know, it just seems to work really well for me that way. So make sure you're on a smooth surface that your hand will slide on. And you can practice this. You don't, you know, practice it. And I think it's hard, very hard to draw a straight line. You could use a ruler, you know, or whatever you want to do. But when you do it like this, it looks okay because, you know, you don't have to be perfect and it's fine. All right, so this is done. I'm going to glue down these pieces and then I will show you close-ups of the finished layout. So thank you again for joining me here. And if you get the stamp of the month from me, you don't have to do anything. I will send you the kit automatically. So anybody who has already ordered the stamp of the month, watch your mail because they will be going out on, let's see, Monday. Today's Saturday, on Monday. I'm sorry it's taken a while. I've been a busy, busy girl this month. So take care. Thanks again.